When I went to college, I was roped into being in a play. I was like this last minute replacement in West Side Story, and it was put on by the African American Society. I was about the only white guy in the play. It was fun, and I met a black stand-up comic there, and we became friends. I decided to take summer sessions, which was immediately after the play, and I started to look for an apartment. I asked my friend if he knew of anyone, and he referred me to a group of people who were looking for a roommate. They all knew each other, and they lived in this off-campus house. So I went there and I met the people, and they seemed pretty nice. It was a mix of guys and girls, and it seemed like a pretty nice place, a big place. So I said, all right, so I moved in. For the first few weeks, everything seemed to be going well. I felt like I was fitting in, but I started to get little hints that they weren't pleased with me, especially after I burned some Jiffy Pop. Then we started to get cockroaches, which is an awful thing if you're ever living in an apartment. I started to get the feeling that I wasn't liked. I just had this nagging feeling that something was going on behind my back. One of the girls started giving me the silent treatment. At the time, I was dating this really attractive young woman from Kuwait. There was this one afternoon that I came back to the house in order to prepare for, we were going out to see a Rodney Dangerfield concert. The door to my room was closed, and when I opened it, I discovered that someone had dumped garbage all over my room. You know, the wet, smelly garbage from the kitchen with all the coffee grinds and everything. It was really disgusting, but because I only had about an hour, I picked up the garbage, and then I picked up my date. So we went to the theater downtown, and it was kind of weird because while watching Dangerfield, I was thinking about garbage. That's all I could think about. Afterwards, my date was telling me that she couldn't understand why they were laughing at what Rodney was saying and why he was making fun of his wife. So I came home and I just felt like something was happening, and sure enough, the ringleader, who was like this red-haired guy from Pittsburgh, told me that they all wanted to have a meeting with me that night. At about 7 o'clock, we were all sitting in the living room, and it was really uncomfortable. They all started to accuse me of stuff, you know, like not being clean and being unfriendly and all this kind of stuff. It was like in slow motion with the sound turned off. And you know how sometimes you're so shocked that you can't really say anything or react? So I packed up my stuff and I left. It wasn't too sad of a goodbye, I'll tell you.